Hello everyone, I'm Gargi Ingale.
I'm Rujula Kulkarni.
And I'm Shruti Ghosh.
And we are Team Zenith. So now let me tell you about the problems. So the world is facing a crisis. Pollutants such as water hyacinths, algae, sea foam not just harm the environment but also the marine life. So we need a solution which doesn't just collect waste but also repurposes it.
So, introducing Zenith, an aquabot which not just collects waste but also redrives ecosystems. So, Zenith is an aquabot which glides over the water bodies while collecting all the waste material while simultaneously segregating all of it and bringing it back to land and into the Zenith collection centers and segregating all the waste again and repurposing it into valuable resources.
Zenith is a solar powered aquabot which has container which sorts the waste collected while collecting it. It is a lightweight floating body which has sensors and camera for detection and mapping. Hence, Zenith is not just a robot, it's a revolution.
Zenith's runtime is 3 hours. It runs for 3 hours straight, non-stop, collecting as much waste as it can. Then it comes back to shore, places itself on the charging pad, and recharges itself automatically while refilling all the lithium battery sources and using solar power while running over water.
So, Zenith's action plan is built for real-world efficiency. Powered by swarm intelligence, our aquabots work independently yet together, communicating in real time to divide tasks and maximize cleanup efficiency. Each operation of Zenith begins with pre-mapping surveys to assess pollutants and biodiversity. This is followed by a post-mapping survey that visualizes the measurable impact. The collected waste is then processed through our motile collection centers. Scalable and smart, Zenith bots specialize by function and sustain every site through our return loop model, which includes cleanup, monitoring, and handover to local communities. Globally, nations are advancing water innovation. Singapore, for instance, leads with new water and DTSS systems, reclaiming every drop through engineered precision. But these systems stop at urban limits. But there's where Zenith comes. Zenith bridges that gap, operating directly within natural ecosystems to restore and sustain natural river bodies and ecosystems. Through this, Zenith advances multiple SDGs such as climate action, zero hunger, clean water, and partnership goals.
Zenith isn't just a robot, it's a movement, a step towards cleaner water, greener futures, and a healthier planet. Join us and let's take care of our planet Earth together. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Garcia, would you like to ask the first question?
Yes, I would like to learn a little bit of the process. So, what did you learn during coming up with this idea? If you could walk us
Um,
through.
So, ma'am, in India, river bodies are considered to be sacred. So, we have a lot of traditions and festivals that are surrounded around river bodies, which includes their worship, etc. But I think throughout the years, the sacredness of these river bodies have actually depleted very much due to, the toxic waste that we, release into these water bodies, etc. So, I think one of the main things we learned is that we should not just revere our water bodies as sacred without respecting it and actually working towards its betterment. So this is, I think, the one of the most foremost emotion and the lesson that we have learned is that we should have actionable impact to actually show our respect and care towards our river bodies that are sacred in our tradition. And yeah.
Thank you.
Lovely, thanks. Michelle, over to you.
Hi, when you were presenting, I was picturing like one of those floor cleaning robots and thinking that, anyone who lives along a body of water, if every person had something like this, they could clean, up at least the area nearest to where they are to keep things nice and clean and tidy and keep the pollutants out and so forth. Interesting idea. Have you thought about how you could really scale this up to, have a big impact on rivers and so forth?
Yes, we plan to have a swarm intelligence system into the Zenith business model, which includes setting up multiple Zeniths across a huge river body and connecting all the Zenith models together so that they work together and update each other when a certain part of the river is cleaned. And all of these Zenith models will be in control of the control room of Zenith models. So any human interaction that is required in case of emergencies can be done, human intervention. And with this, we also plan to take Zenith to an international level because cleaning of waters is very necessary everywhere in the world. And with this swarm intelligence system, we aim to clean a huge fraction of rivers in a very less time. And we plan to keep on doing this periodically.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. And what did you learn by working as a team? Was there anything, you had to learn how to collaborate, presumably. What was the best thing that you learned through the teamwork?
We learned the importance of different opinions. We learned to integrate all of the opinions together and create a solution. And we learned to embrace each other's opinions a lot.
That's definitely important. So well done. All right. Gossi or Michelle, would you like to ask any other questions?
Yeah, I would like to follow on your question, Claire. So Claire asked you about teamwork, but did you learn something about yourself? Like, yeah, each of you through this process.
So I think for me personally, I think I found out that I'm really good at researching and actually, communicating with the stakeholders of this problem. So actually, we went on to the site. The river that we had as a the case study was actually our local river known as Mura and Mutha River. So when we actually went down at that river site, we communicated with the people who take care of that river, people whose livelihoods are dependent, such as the fishermen community, etc. So the kind of insights that we got from them, actually, and the questions like how easily we were able to communicate with them and empathize with their problem. So one thing that I learned about myself, and I'm pretty sure about my team members as well, is that we were really we were led by empathy throughout this process. We were led by empathy, and like empathy is the core point of our project. So I think we were able to channelize it and actually take it onto a next level through our project. So that is the one thing which I loved during this process.
All right, thank you.